Greetings, 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 everyone. Welcome to the monthly live stream with Changing Minds Online. Today, we are talking about manifesting your imprint. This was a topic that came up in one of Vanessa's live streams, and she wanted to bring it to the forefront. So, without further ado, I'll let Vanessa take this over.
How are you doing, Dr. Finch, on this wonderful Monday, this motivational Monday, shall I call it?
Yes, yes, I'm fabulous. How about that, self?
I know that's right. So, manifesting your imprints, it made me think about oftentimes we want to be able to do so much, but we will talk ourselves out of doing it because we think that we can't reach that goal for whatever reason. So one of the things that I have done for many years is start speaking those things into existence, manifesting those things into existence, owning that so I can be able to know that's the goal I'm going after. I'm going to be able to reach that goal. I'm not going to allow anything to deter me from going after this goal, no matter what comes my way, because I know that I can be able to make it happen. And so one of the things I remember doing as I have experienced so much in my life is that I was determined to be the best version of myself. I didn't know who I was. So I wanted to be able to become the best version of myself. Therefore, I was willing to do the work so I could be able to say, dang, you did that. You did not allow somebody else perception of you to become you. You did it for you, right? And
Right.
so I had to start speaking more positive into me because I was used to hearing negative.
Okay.
You know what I mean? When you hear negative so much, you start thinking that's you. That's all you're gonna be able to do. That's all. That's for me. That's it. Period. Nothing else. I cannot do this. I can't do that. I can't do that because such and such told me I cannot. But when you set up your mind
Oh, now.
to be able to say, that's not me, you will no longer put your perception of yourself and make it be me. I'm
Okay.
going to show you who I am. I'm going to do the work for me so I could become my own best self. So I could be able to be the best representation to this world when they know Vanessa Canterbury. Not what you heard about me
Mm-hmm.
in a negative light, not what somebody done said that is not possible for me. None of that. I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to manifest that thing. And one of the things that I wanted to be able to do was manifest the stigma of being broken. That because you are a single mother, that you allow yourself to be broken because that's all you see around you.
Okay.
Yes, I may be a single mother. I come from a single mother. However, that stigma, I don't sit in that category. You got to remember, you have to place yourself in your own category. You have to be your own competition. And so I have to start speaking that into myself. Because if I could speak it into myself, if I could do the work for myself, then I could be able to become better for myself. Because that way, now you get to see a person that you had no clue. Because what somebody done told you don't add up to the person that you see. So when was the last time you manifested into yourself so you could be able to leave your own imprint? Always ask yourself that. What am I doing so I can be able to manifest something different? So I can be able to leave my imprint. Not what somebody else done gave you, somebody designed for you, somebody done drew an art picture for. None of that
Okay.
is what you see for yourself and going after it to make it happen. Manifest that. So I was told I would never be able to be a homeowner. I was told that I would never be a parent that could be able to change my own thought process to be able to be a better mother to my children. I was told that I am just like my mother. How many times have you heard somebody say, oh, you just like your mother? But the mother that you know and the mother that they think they know You just like, really? That means you really don't know me.
Mm.
So we have to allow ourselves to be open to manifest something different so we could start seeing our own prints in the sand. What you think about that, Dr. Finch?
Well, I think that that's right on point, actually. I shared this in both of our groups, actually, and because I would love for other people to chime in today on this.
Mm-hmm.
Because most people don't speak in terms of manifesting your imprint.
Nope.
Most people don't even know what an imprint is. They're
Mm-hmm.
probably like, "What is an imprint, Dr. Finch? What is the
Mm-hmm.
imprint, Vanessa?" Well, Vanessa already told you what the imprint is. It's basically that purpose, that reason why you're on this earth.
Mm-hmm.
Now, the imprint is the reason why you're on the earth. Now that you know what the reason is, most of us call it purpose.
Mm-hmm.
And, but let's mix it up. Okay, it doesn't always have to be purpose all the time. If you don't resonate with purpose, maybe you resonate with imprint.
Mm-hmm.
You know, a lot of times we say this stuff over and over, and it starts sounding like dead air.
Mm-hmm.
Starts sounding like wah wah, like the Charlie Brown show,
Yeah.
right? The teacher wah 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 wah. That's where we it starts sounding like to other people. But then guess what? Why don't we mix it up? Why don't we change the name, change the atmosphere, change the space?
Yeah.
If anything that we've learned from this COVID situation is that we can do so many more things than we thought we could do because we were just doing it
Mm-hmm.
the same way over and over again. But guess what? Conferences have been held, events have been held. You're still coaching, you're still speaking, you're still teaching, and you are still doing this right here from the comfort of your own home. But if you had
Mm-hmm.
limited your ideas and your thought patterns to just one way, then a lot of y'all would have stopped what you were doing. Your business
Mm-hmm.
would have come to a complete and utter halt, and nothing would be moving. Now, some people did choose that route.
Mm-hmm.
Some people did choose that route.
Yeah.
But guess what? I kind of need my coin. My bills kind of need to get paid. So I had to come up with a different solution. Luckily, I was
Yeah.
already online anyway. My books were already online, my products are already online, services are already online. Basically, I just shifted my people to the next level, you know,
Yeah.
hooked up some funnels and some things like that, and start manifesting what? My imprint. So now this really makes more sense, the word imprint, because why? You are making a space on the digital world.
Yeah.
Okay. When people go online, they see what? Your new imprint, your digital
Mm-hmm.
footprint, your digital imprint. Okay. Is this making sense, Vanessa? Am I
Mm-hmm.
talking out my neck here?
Mm-hmm.
Help me out.
It makes a lot of sense.
It makes a lot of sense. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
So since it makes a lot of sense, go with me. Okay. So now
Mm-hmm.
what happens if you don't like what your imprint looks like?
Ooh.
Yeah, we're going all the way there today, ladies and gentlemen. What if you
Mm.
don't like what it looks like? Have you
Mm-hmm.
been accepting what your imprint is like and thought you could never change it?
Yeah.
Oh, well, I started like this, so I should stay this way because people won't be able to follow me. No,
Mm-hmm.
I've changed several times, had different types of branding, different colors, had different. Change your minds online has changed about 6 times at least. And guess what? We still have
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
fun. Okay. The last time I checked, it's on watch party every time that a video comes up. So nothing has happened here.
Yeah.
Why? Because we're diligent. We let them know, oh, we're doing a new branding. Oh, we're doing a new thing.
Mm-hmm.
Come and join the new thing. What do you think about the new thing?
Yeah.
You don't have to get permission to change your imprint, but you do have to let the people who are following you know.
Mm.
Why wouldn't you?
That was a good one. Mm-hmm.
That's usually
That was
what
a
the
good one.
problem is. Y'all go around thinking if you build it, they will come. You ain't told nobody you built it, so why should they come? Honey, we a lot of y'all are field of dreaming every day. Oh, I built it.
Mm-hmm.
They gonna show up. Who'd you tell?
Yeah.
How many times you posted on social media? Who did you tag in it? Do you have an influencer that's sharing your stuff out? Have you been putting out your stuff in the email list? Because you know the niches are in the riches and the niches are in the list, right? Okay.
Mm-hmm.
So what have you been doing?
Yeah.
How have you been manifesting this imprint?
Mm-hmm.
But I'm gonna let Vanessa go in here because you know I might have taken it in a whole different direction than what she expected this to go. You know,
Woo.
but you know she can bring it back, or she can ride the train with me. It don't matter either way. Y'all gonna get the information. So,
Yes, you are. Yes, you are.
so
That's for sure.
all right, Vanessa,
Listen,
take us to that next level, girl.
see, this is the thing that we all have something that we need to do, right? But I have learned that, especially with all this stuff that's going on in this world, it's gotten a little crazy. It's
Mm,
gotten a little bit more than crazy, right? It makes you go. A lot of people are really starting to see the person that they thought they knew that they didn't really know.
mm,
You know, that other side is coming out of them. Yeah. And so it's like I have worked so hard to be able to do something in
mm,
my life. And now for me to be able to see you in a different light, we got to have a conversation.
mm,
We got
mm,
to have a conversation. Is this going to grow with us or are we going to grow apart? And sometimes, if you have a bold enough conversation, do the things that you have yet to see anybody else do that you have been direct connected with. For hypothetically speaking, your family don't sit down and have a conversation.
mm.
They talk at each other, two different things.
Oh no.
So if I want to be able to understand you on another level, we need to have a conversation. A
Mm-hmm.
conversation that's going to make maybe you uncomfortable. It might make me uncomfortable, but I'd rather have a conversation so we no longer play these games. You see what I'm saying? Is
Mm-hmm.
I say this to many a times. When you get into that relationship, are you a wife material or are you a girlfriend material? Speak what you want to be.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Your actions need to match it.
Mm-hmm.
So I know I'm not girlfriend material. I know that because when you reach a certain level, you just know that's not what you're going for. So why
Oh,
should I settle? I didn't work this hard to get to where I'm at now. So you want me to settle because you what? I'm just saying. You have to know your standards. You have to know where you want to go. If I can't build and grow with you, then why should I continue to stay?
no.
I'm just saying. Too often we stay because we're comfortable. Too often we stay because we don't want to be alone. Too often we stay because somebody in our ear telling us, "Girl, you got you a good one over there." But behind closed doors, I'm miserable as heck.
Mm-hmm.
I can't grow. He don't want to grow. He don't even want to have a conversation. But because that's all you have seen, you have lost yourself in the interim. So this is why manifesting what you want could be able to avoid a whole lot of headache. A lot of headache. And sometimes you're gonna have to go through a whole lot of frogs just to get to that one because all it does is just take that one. But you got to be willing to understand you worked hard for this. So
Mm-hmm.
why should I have to settle for that?
Well, that makes sense. That makes
You
sense.
know what I mean? And so let's go ahead and make it very clear. If I know that I am working to be able to leave an imprint on this world,
Mm-hmm.
I can't sit here and place house with you. I'm just
No.
saying because
Okay.
I want to be able to leave my imprint so I can be able to show my children, my grandchildren, that I had to put in the work. I
Mm-hmm.
had to be the one to take the lead when somebody wanted to sit down. I had to be the one to show up when nobody would even appear. I had to be the one to be in the room when nobody would think that it was worthy to be in the room with me.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Let's talk about that.
Mm-hmm.
It's too often we want to follow behind influencers that's not really doing anything but giving us hype. When are you going to just be able to say, you know what? Stop undermining what they're saying and really pay attention to what they're doing.
Mm-hmm.
Because a lot of stuff is taking place, especially in these social media streets, that's fake. But when you have a real one, don't overlook the real one that could be able to help you get to the next.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And that happens often. I've been overlooked and still overlooked. But
All right.
uh, when they see me now, I'm just saying, don't act brand new. Don't do it. I've done the work. I know my worth. Just because you don't see my worth because you feel that I'm in competition with you, don't mean anything. It's enough for us all. So I had to manifest my worth because I know I got it. I've done the work. I'm continuing to do the work.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not allowing someone in my ear that's not even the person that will pray for me, cover me, call me out when I'm wrong, and let me know when I'm right. So again, when I say you have to be careful when you around these influencers that so-called giving you hype, but then they'll disappear on you in the middle of the night. Don't get mad. Manifest who you want to be around. Manifest what you want to look like. Manifest where you see yourself in this world. Manifest that ring on your finger. Manifest your husband and not your side chick, your boyfriend. None of that. Manifest what you really want in your life because you have done the work. But when you continue to play house, you're going to keep on being played. Well, I don't want to play house. I'm a grown and I know what I want. I know what I deserve. So I'm going to go ahead and continue to work on me because I complete me. They can't complete me. I complete me. When was the last time you done something to complete you?
Mm-hmm.
So again, as I stated in the beginning, I have to do the work on me. I could not allow my upbringing to destroy me because I know what it looked like. Better yet, I know what it feels like. So I had to start speaking life into Vanessa, not life into somebody else. I had to speak life into me. I need to go out here and find out me. Who are you? Where do you belong in this world? What is your purpose in this world?
Mm-hmm.
Your pain does not sit there and just be pain. Your pain has a message behind it. And I had to understand why I went through the things that I went through to get here. You're going through something right now, and you don't understand why you keep going through the stuff that you're going through. But you're going through it. But I need you to get through it. And once you get through it, now did you learn the message behind it? Now
Mm-hmm.
get to speaking into yourself, understanding your true power, understanding that there's so much more in you than what you see right now. But again, so many of us don't believe that. So many of us sleep on ourselves. So many of us will self-sabotage ourselves because everybody that we hang around, they not doing anything. So why should I? I want to go and save them. But how can you save someone who don't want to be saved?
Mm-hmm.
It's like you trying to swim the shore and you trying to drag them all along with you, and somebody gonna drown. Who you gonna save then? You gonna save them or you gonna save yourself? So you got to be able to really be real powerful in your words. Words are powerful.
Mm-hmm.
Powerful. Who are you hanging around that allows you to speak negative into yourself? Who are you around who don't push and challenge you? Who? Because maybe family, because we got to be real clear about family. All family don't want to see us succeed. But who are you around, or are you willing to position yourself around people that's willing to push you? Not someone who just going you're going to hang around to be able to see how far they go and then you fall off because you done gave up. It's not going to be easy. You got a ladder to climb and you got to take it step by step. And sometimes you might fumble when you get to that next step, but still you got to get to the next step. Now, who do you have there holding your back?
Mm-hmm.
That's my question. Who do you have holding your back to help you continue to manifest you getting to the top of? There's a top of something that you need to get to. Okay, that's on your checklist of you getting you a house. That's the top. Okay. You worked hard getting your credit in order, getting your finances in order. You worked hard on that. Okay, fine. Now, what's the next thing on your checklist that you want to get climb to get to the top of so you could be able to, you know what? I got that. I could do that. What is that thing? Start speaking as into yourself. Because it's worthy. You are worthy. You got to understand that. And when you understand your true power, and then when you start to see the people that's around you is dimming your light,
Mm-hmm.
you're gonna want to get around some people that's going to turn your light on so you can see who you are right now.
Mm.
Who's turning your light on?
Who is turning your light on? Hmm. I've never thought about it quite that way. That could go two different ways. But, who is turning your light on?
Mm-hmm.
Who inspires you to do greater? Who is
Mm-hmm.
a person that's standing in the background, letting you know that, doing the rah rah, the cheer cheer. I had to realize that it may not be the people I want it to be.
Yeah.
You want it to be family, but
Mm-hmm.
family don't understand what you're doing.
Mm-hmm.
Family, especially if you're an entrepreneur, family
Mm-hmm.
wants you to have that job and make that money, and then
Mm-hmm.
then give them some too. And then and then you have those who are entrepreneurs who want to move to their next level. They always, about their work, about that building, but they don't have time for what? You know, um, Extracurricular activities because they are being the chief everything officer in their business.
Woo.
They may have an angel investor, which we call a job when we are
Mm-hmm.
an entrepreneur. So you go to the angel investor to make sure that your job, that the entrepreneurship is funded if it's not popping the way you needed to pop it first.
Mm-hmm.
And after you do that, then then after you finish that, then you still have to work the
Yeah.
business.
Yeah.
You still have to work the business.
Mm-hmm.
And so, people may feel slighted because they're like, well, we invited you to this or that, or we invite you to this or that. But guess what? You can't go to this or that unless there's a specific plan in place. I mean, I have to know sometimes 2, 3, 4 months out. You can't just call me and say, hey, girl, you want to go this place or that place. No. As much as I want to, it's just not in the cards right now. It's just
Yeah.
not in the cards because I got all these other things popping up.
Yeah.
So, but when you keep saying no enough, they stop asking to.
Yeah.
This is the thing that we have to think about. Is this person holding us up? Does this person always have our back? Is this person always understanding no matter what it is? Every once in a while you're gonna have to say, okay, I'm gonna have to make time for you. Why
Yeah.
don't I put something on my calendar and say, hey, this is all about you today. I want to celebrate you for always
Yep.
celebrating me.
Mm.
You
Oh, now
know,
that one right there. That
and
one right there.
because this is the thing. Sometimes we take it for granted. These
Mm-hmm.
people that are holding us down, because we're so used to people not holding us down, that we overlook the fact that somebody is holding us down all the time, and we never say thank you. We never
Yep.
say boo, nothing. We just expect them to be there. And
Yep.
then all of a sudden, what happened?
Mm. Mm. The MIA.
Yeah, they come in IA, and then what happens? What's going on with you? Oh, you
Mm-hmm.
noticed? You noticed I was gone? So when we're doing our imprints, we have to also remember we need to give back to the people who had our backs.
Yeah.
We cannot take for granted that they're always going to be there, because guess what? They may not. They may
Mm-hmm.
not. One day they might get tired and they'll be done.
Yep. It makes you think about, when I think about the imprint, somebody else left an imprint before us.
Mm-hmm.
And what makes you think that, just because they have done way more struggle, way more backlash, way more, what makes you think that you don't, is not possible, right? When
Mm-hmm.
you think about how Martin Luther King, he was speaking in justice into the world, because he believed
Mm-hmm.
that we all should be able to have a dream. We all should come together as one. We all should not have to look at the color of our skin. All of us. He spoke it. He showed up to speak it. He put in the work for it.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
But and now they still celebrate it. Even when somebody still want to take it away, you can't take that man legacy away. You can't take his imprint away,
Mm-hmm.
because that imprint is solid. He
Mm-hmm.
started something. We have to finish it.
There we
We
go.
have to. We have to finish it. So he did something. What are you gonna do? Rosa Parks refused to give up her seat. She said, "Well, you gonna put me in the back for what? I'm tired. I look. This spot was open. Nobody's name on it don't belong to nobody. So you telling me I have to get to the back for who? Because everybody else didn't want to speak up and say no? Well, okay. I guess you're gonna have to go ahead and try your best. But that held power.
Mm-hmm.
Because
Mm-hmm.
when you go look at her in the museums, her imprint is solid as well.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Now let's talk about the Underground Railroad. See, when you know your history, you can find your truth.
No, right now.
So many of us don't want to learn our history. We're afraid of it.
I agree.
We're afraid of it. Just thinking about our family and the brokenness that comes in our family, we want to know, where did this come from? But nobody want to dig and ask questions. Nobody want to pull up that file. So we just go ahead and just say, you know what? Don't worry about Sally Mae. Sally Mae, that's her. That's how she is. That's how she rolled. But now your child done became Sally Mae.
Oh no.
Then what? Because you choose not to put a stop to something that wasn't healthy. Again, the imprint. The imprint means something. You are worth leaving your imprint,
I,
because you want your children's children to look back and say, my mother came from struggle. My mom came from poverty. My mom came from being on government assistance. My mom came from being a teen mom. My mom came from being told she wasn't gonna be nothing. My mom came from dealing with all types of abuse on all types of levels. My mom came from, but my mom didn't stay there.
Oh, come on now.
She made sure she did her best to make sure she protected us. She made sure she did not allow that pain to stay there. She made sure that she shared her message. She made sure that she understood where that pain come from. She was willing to dig a little bit deeper into the history of where did that pain come from and who gave permission for it to stay there.
All right
She
now.
was do that. She was willing to be able to ask questions. She was willing to be able to confront people when people wanted to be quiet. She was willing to be able to do that so she could be able to say, you know what, this here, this is a pinpoint where somebody else, it shows up as, dang, that right there is going to hurt a little bit. It's going to hurt a little bit. But she said, I'd rather take the hit for them so they don't have to take the hit. I want to show them something different. When are you going to turn around and say, I could do it too?
Come
I
on
could do
now.
I could do it. I'm going, just because I may not know how to put it all together, I'm willing to ask questions. I'm willing to be able to invest in myself so I could be better for myself. I'm willing to be able to take the step when so many people sat down. I'm willing to be able to be a student so that when the teachers show up, I'm going to be ready. I'm willing to be able to start from ground up so I could build from something. I'm willing.
Mm-hmm.
I'm willing to be able to show my children you got to start somewhere. I'm willing to not pacify the situation. I'm willing to not be able to put them in a position where they feel that that they are entitled for something. I'm willing. When are you going to be willing to be able to do something that people don't want to do? So if you manifest it into your life, you'll be amazed at what shows up in your life. I manifested one thing, one. Every time I write a book, I said my book is going to be the bestseller. My books is going to be in the hands of celebrities. My books are going to be known. My stories are going to be heard. People are going to get healed from what I'm sharing right now.
Mm-hmm.
Some people going to get hurt, but that's fine because they're going to talk about you when you're doing good or when you're doing right. But I'm going to heal somebody.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Somebody. I don't know who, but I'm going to heal somebody with my story. But I'll ask you, when are you going to show up so you could be a part of your own story?
Come on now.
Not the story that somebody else done or painted that picture for. When are you going to show up for your story? Don't let your period be the period of your story.
All right.
So I was willing to be able to start it where somebody wasn't willing to start, wasn't strong enough to willing to start, to be the first of many to come. I was willing.
All
Are
right.
you willing? Are you? Because if you are, then you don't have excuses knocking at your door. You don't have excuses coming out your mouth. You don't. Because somebody's doing it. Because they was you. I'm you. Dr. Finch is you. We do it every day. And we have to fight every day.
Mm-hmm.
You show up every day. Tired every day. Exhausted every day. Even when we overlook every day. So you have to be willing to speak power into yourself because you are powerful. Even when people feel and made you feel like you was powerless, you are powerful. It shows and glows all over your soul. You are powerful.
Mm.
And don't let anybody take that away from you. They can't take what's not theirs unless you're willing to give it.
All right.
I'm going to stop right there.
Okay. Well, since we're going there, uh, so you're talking about this imprint. Now, is this one of the things that we're going to learn at the Breaking Barriers Unapologetically conference? And this might be a good time to tell them more about it.
Yes, honey. We gonna leave an imprint. We gonna leave an imprint that's gonna leave impact at the Breaking Barriers Unapologetically conference that's going to take place July 24th and 25th, which is next Friday and Saturday.
Mhm.
We are going to leave an impact like never before. They thought they missed something last year. No, you haven't seen nothing yet. Because we have people that's coming in to be able to speak into your souls like you never knew that there was people out there to connect with your soul on another level. You know, oftentimes we feel that we only supposed to get personal development on a job.
Hmm.
You want personal development? Let's get personal. Because every last one of the speakers are so transparent. But with them being transparent and being personal, they was able to develop something absolutely amazing. Develop something that they could be able to share with you, that they will share with you. So when I say there is going to be so much transformation in the space, even though it's going to be virtually, it's going to be so much transformation in the space. You will walk away not ready to walk away because it's going to be so foreign to you that you like, where have this been? My motto is I'm always going for the head. I'm always going for that mindset. If I could be able to get to that mindset, I could get your neck to move. That means it's moving to see something different, to understand something different, to be able to say, dang, there's more than just this right here. Yeah. The Breaking Barriers Unapologetically conference, it does things to people. It makes them want to say, you know what, that right there, I could do that. And you start speaking and manifesting those things and getting to work. So when the next one come around, you could be able to say, you know what, I remember at that one, I learned this, but look how far I've come. Get ready to hear the transformations that happen from the first conference to the next one, which is this one coming up. Get ready. Just get ready. You ain't seen nothing yet. Nothing yet. And when we have the men, oh my goodness, the men's meeting of the minds panel, it's so rare to be able to hear from our men. Why? Because our men, they're quiet, they're mute. Men are problem solvers. So in the mind thinking about it, but for it to form out of their mouth, you really don't get it. But to have these men that's going to be on this panel, they're going to get your whole life right. Because we as women, we can't do this alone. We need a whole unit. We need a team. We need a village to be able to make it happen. And this
Mhm.
right here, I can't do this by myself. But I know some amazing speakers that's going to make it happen. So, Dr. Finch, what are you looking forward to seeing at the conference?
Well, everything that you mentioned, the speakers, the transformation, the panel.
Mm.
I'm super excited about the panel because you get to meet my cousin for the first time, Dr. Stephen Williams. And
Mhm.
that is going to be amazing because he's talking about how to touch the youth.
Yeah.
And he's actually kicking off the whole conference. So that's
Mhm.
super exciting. And because we need some of us, especially with this COVID, has been like, what am I supposed to do with these children?
Mhm.
Fix it. He's gonna
Yep.
tell you. He's gonna tell you the importance of nurturing these
Yeah.
children. He's gonna tell you the of the steps you can take to make it easy. I mean, he works at an alternative school, and he has made it his business to learn how to touch the untouchable.
Oh.
reachable, you know. So I would definitely check his session out. You know, of course, Vanessa's getting ready to enlighten us with some great things, with some activities. Because one thing about her conferences, she's always got an activity or two under her sleeve. Because one thing about it is, yes, she's visual, but she understands that there are people who are tangible.
Mm-hmm.
Some people that are auditory. She understands these things and learn and wants to teach you in this way, the way you will obtain it and
Mm-hmm.
observe it. And so she doesn't leave anybody out. So those are some of the things that I'm going to be looking forward to in the conference. You know, go ahead and tell them where they can find it. And of course, what is the inspiration behind it?
Mm. The inspiration behind breaking barriers, it was birthed on its own. It came from my books that I wrote and the authors from anthologies of a series of anthologies, and it was a healing place in those books. And so many authors will reach out and say they wanted me to be able to do more because this is really helping them a whole lot, and they didn't have a place to go where they felt safe. There
Mm,
was no judgment. It was none of that. It was just, I'm safe. I know I'm okay in this space. And so, much prayer. Um, Breaking Barriers Unapologetically was formed, and it's basically helping that one household. It's not the block, it's that one household to be able to understand that we're going to be able to help you get your life right, get your business right, one household at a time. Because if we
mm,
could be able to get to the adults, usually it's a one parent household, but if we could get to the adults, that will be a trickle down effect to the offsprings to be able to understand you don't have to figure this thing out alone. You don't have to stay there. That's not your vacation place. That's not your staycation.
mm,
But to understand that you could get so much out of connected with like-minded people who will pull something out of you that you thought that you didn't even have, and to be able to put it in your face to be able to support you along the way. That's breaking barriers unapologetically. And if we could be able to continue to have one household at a time, imagine whoever comes out of breaking barriers unapologetically conference, they could turn around and speak something to somebody else to be able to have that transformation to
mm.
do different for them because they had the opportunity of attending an experience at the Breaking Barrier Unapologetically conference. Nobody is left behind. But with the Breaking Barriers Unapologetically, one thing that I love is that by any means necessary, you're going to do whatever you have to do to make sure you break those barriers. Regardless if it's in life or business, you're going to break those barriers. You're going to stop running from it. You're going to face it, and you don't have to do it alone. That's one thing that I truly appreciate about the blessing of this conference. And so you can be able to go over and get for 2 days experience. Your tickets is $67. Who gets that?
Mhm.
$67 for a 2 day jam-packed event. And to be able to get some amazing things out of it. How can you go wrong? You spend that all week on lunch. And I'm sorry, we in COVID now. So yeah. Every day we go out and buy our own lunch. Well, go ahead and get your investment into the conference so you can be able to come out of this conference manifesting some things like you never manifested before. Get that experience. It's nothing like an experience that you're going to talk about long after the conference. So
Mhm.
I'm excited. I'm excited to see the transformations from last year. I'm excited to hear what's the testimonials from this conference. There's so much in store, but you have to be willing to be in store.
Well,
Make sense?
well, as we close right now, because I mean that's the best way to leave it. Um, we want to thank you so much for joining our monthly session. Usually it's on the third week of the third Monday of every month. But we wanted you to get your knowledge a little sooner this month, so it's all good. Make sure
Mm-hmm.
you get your ticket at bbuconference.com. Come over and see who's speaking. Then come over to the Breaking Barriers Unapologetically page, see what Vanessa's offering, and then you will be added to the group once you have become a paid member, a
Mm-hmm.
paid contributor. So I am super excited for my co-host launching on her second conference. I know it's going to be phenomenal, and I would love to know what you think as you're going through. And we just want to thank each and every one of you. We have an amazing MC, amazing speakers, amazing panel, and then there will be an after party after that. But shh, we can't let anybody else know past what goes on in the after party. That's the hush, hush,
Baby.
hush. So thank you, Vanessa, for sharing this today with our imprint. I am so excited to see all of the things that you're manifesting right now. You are truly manifesting your imprint right now as we speak. So thank you.
Oh, thank you. I can't do it without you, Kana. Woo, I can't do it without you, girl. I'm grateful. I am.
So with that being said, we're gonna leave y'all now. So good night, everyone.
Good night.